Anyways, we can go get the other ending now. That was the not good one because we didn't do the contract. Anyways, go to Grandpa. Here, Grandpa, have all this meat. This. Boop.
Meat.
It's excited by the flesh. Hooray! Meal appears to have been particularly well received. Your offering of flesh stirs something within Grandpa. From within the folds of its body, a wiry proboscis-like appendage begins to emerge. It may be worth taking a look at this after the feeding. Knowledge you have recently acquired has given you access to a new conversation topic to discuss with Grandpa. Proboscis.
Proboscis.
Okay, so let's go back. Because we want to examine the proboscis. Go to Grandpa. You motion to Grandpa to approach the point and point to the thin protuberance. Grandpa silently ambles closer to the bars and fully extends it towards you. A minuscule needle extends from its tip. There appears to be one more thing you must give, if only for the sake of propriety.
Oh.
Oh, wait. There we go. Just a little blood. Grandpa has appreciated your blood offering. It will receive a symbol or totem from you now, although only one per offering. As the blood-fed proboscis retracts back into the folds of fabric, you step away from the bars. Okay, now we can give him a doll. You approach the bars and hold out the mother symbol you created. Grandpa's spines quickly reach out and envelop the doll before drawing back. The doll quickly vanishes within the folds of Grandpa's skin. Constructing and then offering your mother's image to Grandpa, symbolically stated by blood, instills in you a concrete sense of completion. Grandpa gives a soft, affirming grunt as it senses deep within your mind the ritual transformation of your desire. Although Grandpa must receive both a mother and father totem before the fulfillment of your wish is assured. Okay, so we need to give him... where is it? Feed Grandpa. Gotta give him more meat.
More blood.
Yep. There you go. Meal appears to be particularly well received. You're offering blah blah blah. Maybe worth taking a look. Okay. And Grandpa again. Hibiscus. Touch. There's way more steps for this ending.
Yeah.
Get back to Grandpa. Offer the father doll. Give him the father one. Quickly vanishes in the folds. Blah blah blah. Yep, same thing. Same thing. Must receive both mother and father. Yep. Knowledge you recently acquired has given you access to a new conversation topic. Completed contract. Consider discussing this with Grandpa. Okay. I think he needs one more piece of food, right?
Yes.
Whatever, he can have one more piece of meat, even though we don't need it. He can have one extra as a treat.
Yeah, just a little meat as a treat.
Yay. You're offering of flesh, blah blah blah. Okay. You should now be completely fed. Yes, okay. Let's go talk to him. We don't have any more to teach, do we? No.
No.
Okay. Grandpa accedes to your request. It approaches the bars and begins to knit its skin. The inner Grandpa, though still not fully formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it if it can respond. He's even got glasses now. I think a tie. Grandpa loudly clears its throat before gently responding in a lucid, well-projected voice. You're asking me about your wish? When you wished for me to come back, that's when I knew I would. Your desperation was strong, and your wish for your parents, well, if you give me what I want, I'll give you what you want. You know I love you. I'm for you whatever you want, and I love you just as much as you love me. But desperation and love is not enough. People deep down know they can't get what they wish for without some transformation. There's something that sits at the root of everyone's soul that understands the separation between them and eternity. You may desire something, but you know you will not get it without some movement on your part. So it is not enough to just wish, which you know will not work, but you must wish and a little more to transform your intention into something that might fructify? Fructify. I don't know what that word is. Or for desire to become reality. Okay. Grandpa, you're getting too smart for me.
Shell.
Grandpa loudly clears his throat. Ah, you're asking me about my shell. Oh, well, you see, I like to have something to grow in, something shaped like a person. It just helps to have something surrounding me when I don't have skin. My whiskers do the growing. My whiskers? Yes, you know, the hairy little things. I'm a part of it, and it is a part of me. However, my whiskers are what heard you wishing for me to come back. And so you went to work, or they went to work in the shell you provided. The shell also helps you envision me as what you desire. You have such a nice imagination. If I weren't in my shell, you'd have my whiskers exposed and knitting together my face. That might interrupt the feedback loop of my reading your desires. And then acting upon the desires I've read, and then once again reading your reaction, we wouldn't want that interfered with. The material of the doll you put down is a good fit. It's not the most comfortable, but it's quite flexible, and thankfully my shell was able to adjust nicely to my growth. Biohazard bin. Oh, you're asking about the medical waste bin. I believe it's locked up. I heard them punch it in the code many times as they placed part of burnt up dying self into the bin. They often forgot what the code was and had to go check on the wall where they were always taping up sheets upon sheets of information. So much so that the new papers would cover the old. What do you think you would find in there? Well, perhaps something. They did throw trash inside from time to time, bits of paper and so forth. I remember seeing a man who looked quite like me. His daughter had given him a photo of her new boyfriend. He threw it into the bin in disgust and joked with one of his colleagues. It may still be in there for all I know.
Never went off a while, but let's finish this.
Oh yeah, well, it can just run long.
Yeah.
Whee! You're asking about language? Well, the more you taught me, the more I was able to learn myself by hearing what you were thinking and saying. A week ago, I could speak a little bit, but I was less of what you imagined me to be and not quite the talker I am at the moment. Part of what I'm saying is, of course, made up of what you expect me to say. I think I'm very comfortable being open and honest with you because I am your grandpa, and I love you, and certainly that makes up part of what I am. However, there is a part of me deeper down, the thing that created me maybe, that undying nucleus. It is answering for me as well, and is unaffected by whoever might shape what I become within their thoughts. Little friends.
Other little friends.
You're asking about my little friends? Well, yes, they come from me. They grow around me in pockets of flesh and protoplasm. Think of them like dreams, maybe. I'll explain. Have you ever had a dream that was sort of like a bunch of people, places, and events you experienced all mixed together and jumbled up? It's a sorting through and disposing of the refuse of the mind. My little friends are like that, refuse, and ridding myself of them, I am casting off the excess material I did not use in developing life forms. Anyone who comes close to me, well, they are my eyes, my nose, my skin. Their thoughts become mine and shape what I make. However, when I was alone for so long, I didn't have a lot of people near me. What you were thinking and expecting of me is shaping what I'm saying. How I'm saying it, do you understand? And so, because I did not have enough input from my surroundings in order to put the material to use, the material falls off my body, crawls away, and usually dies. I'm able to make the most of my material when someone is looking right at me, projecting who I will be, like you are now. What you're thinking and expecting of me is shaping what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, do you understand? Oh, Grandpa's proboscis.
The proboscis. That's a sentence.
Oh, you're asking me about my proboscis? It's just a little tube I keep to help me feed on blood. You could say it's my real mouth, but it's not really a mouth. It appeared because you fed me flesh, one of those little friends you found, I think. You feeding me flesh was a symbol, a proposition, if you will, that you wanted to hold up your end of the bargain with regards to your wish. If someone is willing to hold up their end of the bargain and let me feed on them with my proboscis, then they can move on to the next step of the agreement, providing me symbolic instructions. I hope that helps clear things up. Oh, you have another question? Do you like the blood? Or do I like the blood, I mean? Well, my whiskers, I believe they like the blood and the flesh. It's strange. They are me, and yet they are now me. But I think that's supposed to be not. And they are not me. I am bound to them, they control me, and technically, yes, they did make me. However, you were the one who really grew me. In some ways, those whiskers, they are me, or a part of myself, or I'm a part of it. That part is much more animal-like. Whatever might happen, know that I will always love you, and because it controls me, I might not be able to act how I would like, even if I do love you. That's reassuring. Completed contract.
We did contract.
Thank you so much for completing the contract. I'll definitely help you out with your parents. Just give me a little time and I'll be ready to act. I think you'll be very happy. Your grandpa's very happy too. You did it all by yourself, you know. I couldn't have helped you if I tried. I would have really not have liked to. Well, I did not want you to not complete the contract. I would have hated that. But do you understand why I would have had to? Maybe you don't. So much of your lives are made up, and yet what comes to pass was always once a fiction. You doubt yourself and your plans before they are even begun. And you believe what is in front of you as if the essence of things was not something you put there long ago. Too much doubt can suffocate even the surest thing. Only with patience and growth and nurturing does something become what it will be. As you soon shall see. Bye, Grandpa.
Goodbye,
Grandpa
Grandpa.
suddenly sends into a shell.
That was very insightful.
Okay, well, I think we're done, so we can end the week.
Yes.
Weekly summary. So, words. Week 5. I met with Adrian one final time in order to see if I could not reach some sort of resolution regarding her emotional trouble. In these past few weeks, according to the reports of her teachers and peers, she has shown a remarkable transformation in conduct. I will also add my voice to this consensus. It seems as if in our time together much has changed for the better. I'm not suggesting our meetings were the sole source of her sea change? Sure. I think something has happened.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know. I think something has happened in her home life that has reoriented Adrian completely. She seems to suggest as much, at least in her usually esoteric way, when we last spoke. Something tells me something may have changed with Grandpa. Yes, well, something did change. I will write down her words verbatim here. I went down the stairs like I always did, but I sort of felt like something was different. My parents weren't arguing, and I felt something had changed with Grandpa, too. There was a weird noise, but I wasn't afraid. It's still covered now. Grandpa? Hooray! We've got new meat parents!
Hooray! They're better than the old ones.
Yeah, look at them. They're bald. It just means they're, like, aerodynamic now. I think Grandpa had to leave, but before he left, he made my parents nice. He reached inside and changed them. That was my wish. Maybe even what I was growing wasn't really my grandpa. Grandpa left what I was growing behind. He's gone now. He moved quickly out to I don't know where, but I'll always love him. I dismissed Adrian soon after, letting her know it was a pleasure getting to know her. Despite my apprehensiveness about the speed of the turnaround she'd made, I cannot see any reason why Adrian should be considered for further evaluation. And as a counselor for Adrian, let it be known that I believe she is of sound mental and emotional health. I'm pleased to see things turn out this way, and if I may make a brief addendum, by happenstance, Miss Richardson bumped into the Hart family the other day while running an errand. She told me the parents were a little odd, but very pleasant, and quite clearly they adored their child. And that she had never seen Adrian happier. The end. I think. I'm pretty sure it's just
Hold
loading
on.
the credit stuff.
Which takes forever for some reason.
Yep, the credits are very demanding. You've got the fulfilled contract ending.
One of the two endings. Okay.
Yep. Here we go. That was it. Just growing our
Well,
grandpa.
We grew our grandpa.
Yeah.
But in the end, we didn't grow our grandpa. We grew our parents.
Yeah, I guess if that one ended. Because the other one
Yes.
we just had.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know what we'll
Yeah,
play
grandpa,
next.
we had grandpa in our brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll do something else next time.
Yeah, I think it's your turn to pick a game. So.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
We'll
that's
figure
for next
that out
time.
off camera, yeah.
all right. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.